Under the Dean Park spotlight this month is the Accurascale PFA container flat wagon. Before I look closely at the actual model, I'll give you a quick run through on the history of this particular wagon. These twin axle container flats and distinctive coal containers were constructed by Standard Wagon in batches of 3 between 1986 and 1988. Their purpose was to transport exported and domestic coal, with considerations given to reducing the damage during the process. They were supplied to Kaywood's container services in the first instance, but later saw use with British Fuels and then British Gypsum as the need for the coal traffic was reduced. British Gypsum utilised these for low-level waste containers. As I said earlier, they were produced in 3 batches, but the actual design saw very little variation between the batches. The wagon worked a wide variety of routes and was seen in most parts of the UK, including Scotland, which is one reason I'm taking a closer look at them for use on Dean Park. The PFA has worked a wide variety of traction over a long period of time, including Class 20s, 37s, 47s and 66s, with the wagons remaining in service to this day. Such a prolonged lifespan is sure to make them accessible to a lot of modellers from the BR period right through to the current railway scene. There are also a wide variety of containers yet to be produced by Accurascale, so perhaps more variants will follow in time. Looking at this model, which has been supplied for review, it's clear to see the attention to detail that's gone into the design and the manufacture of the wagon. This is something we've come to expect from the guys at Accurascale, following on from their very successful HOP24, PCA and Chemflow wagons. I previously reviewed the Chemflow and PCA wagons, the link to which can be found at the top of the screen. Let's focus in first on the container. What strikes me is the distinctive yellow livery, which is evenly applied and there's no signs of coloured plastic beneath. The edges are crisp and tidy. Looking at the colour of yellow and comparing it to the prototypes, I'd say this is spot on. The Kaywood's livery is flawlessly applied to the corrugated sides of the wagon, as is all the printed lettering. Some of you might want to paint this logo out if you're modelling the trains in CPL distribution trains, which were often still wearing the yellow livery. It's also great that the detail extends into the inside of the container, so for those of you who are wishing to run them as empties, you can enjoy the excellent detail that Accurascale have incorporated here. They've even supplied details of the tipping door at the end of the container, and that's top marks for me, and the corrugated sides also continue inside the wagon. Moving on to the actual frame of the wagon, which can be seen here in all its detailed glory. The first thing that strikes me is the weight of it. Accurascale have used a die-cast metal frame to add sufficient weight to an otherwise quite sparse design. That moves the centre of gravity lower down in the wagon, which gives better track hold. It prevents it from tipping and derailing when being hauled in a long rake. All printed detail and data panels in these wagons are crisp and easily read, granted sometimes requiring a magnifying glass, but it's all there. One of the samples actually of the data panel was slightly off the level, but I found an actual example where the panel had been knocked during use, so perhaps this adds extra realism to the model. The frame itself is peppered with detail, including brake clasps, air cylinders and the correct oleo buffers, which are present on the real thing. These buffers are sprung on the model as well. Accurascale really have made a name for themselves by adding the detail that you don't see. And that is what modelers are coming to expect these days. You know, even the underframe detail of a wagon or a coach is an important part of the product, whereas maybe 5-10 years ago it was kind of an afterthought and a bonus addition for any ready-to-run models. Couplers are fitted with standard NAM pockets, albeit with a very gentle centre sprung mechanism, as you can see here. The height of the coupler is also correct, and there's even a slight recess out of the end of the frame to allow the coupler to be set at the right height. That's a very important part. We don't want, you know, different wagons from different manufacturers sitting at different heights, so it's good that Accurascale have addressed this. The wheels on this are on pinpoint axles and correctly fitted, with the top of the flange of the wheel nearly popping up above the height of the deck. They're really free running, which reduces drag and means that a local can haul more of them without any issue at all. So there you have it, the Accurascale PFA Wagon. These are available from a number of retailers, but at the time of this review they'd all sold out direct from Accurascale. There are 3 liveries available, including the British Fuels red colour scheme from the 1990s and also the British Gypsum blue containers. My advice is if you want these wagons, don't hang about because they're selling fast. Well, I hope you enjoyed that in the Spotlight review. As I'm not affiliated to Accurascale, or indeed paid by them, I feel I can give a non-biased, honest review. And to be fair, that's what the guys at Accurascale asked for. Hopefully in the future I'll be reviewing more of the company's products. Personally speaking, I can't wait for the arrival of the mighty Deltic later this year. If you have any comments on this review, please post them in the comments section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and to rate this video, and check out my other videos on the Dean Park channel. In the meantime, happy modelling and stay safe. Cheers just now.